All right. Thank you so much for being here today. We are going to be talking a little bit more about the giving tree, which I know is something that um, is important to so many of you, and kind of where we have been going with this, and a little bit about that, just so you're aware of how all of this works. Let me get back to the right. Okay, I know what I'm doing, but kind of not, right? Okay, impact, right? That's what we're doing here is we are making a difference. We're making something better from what has been happening. We want to make a difference. And there are many, many places where we can focus our effort and where we are focusing our efforts. But the way that we're doing that, we have an amazing engine that is allowing us to give, receive, and give more. And that engine is doTERRA. doTERRA is a 15-year-old, $2 billion a year debt-free company from Utah. And they are actually an essential oil company. That's the engine that runs this whole thing. People love it. The wellness market is wide open. People are very open to this, and there's a lot of good things going on. But we don't focus as much in this call on product, but we want to share with you a little bit more about the Healing Hands Foundation and why it matters and what it is that we're doing to make a difference in all the world. So I'm going to just jump in with this video about Healing Hands right here. Just kidding. All right, how do I get it to play?
The doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation brings healing and hope to the world through providing global communities with the tools they need to become self-reliant. By participating in projects that address the needs of microcredit lending, access to health care, education, sanitation, clean water, and fighting child sex trafficking, individuals are empowered and lives are changed. doTERRA International provides all the overhead and administrative costs of the foundation, thereby ensuring that 100% of all donations go directly to the people in need. That's been the mission and the vision of the foundation from the very beginning, even when doTERRA International didn't have very much, even when its founders weren't drawing a paycheck. But the desire, the objective was to establish a pattern of giving right from the very beginning. In fact, one might say that as much as we love the essential oils, as much as that brings hope and empowerment to people that use and share the oils, the culture really begins with this desire to give, to help, to liberate, and to empower others through the foundation. One of the primary differences between doTERRA and its humanitarian foundation and so many others is the difference that you see in the lives of the people. They come to doTERRA looking for their why, their reason to participate in something, to give back, and they find it in the Healing Hands Foundation.
I love that video. I just love all of the faces, people, and just all of the goodness that that we're able to do through the Healing Hands Foundation. And the initiatives that the Healing Hands Foundation really focus on are hope, so anti-human trafficking, clean water and sanitation, disaster relief, empowering women, global health, self-reliance, and supporting children. And all of these things are made possible in many, many different ways. But the product that you see over to this side, there's the 72-hour emergency hygiene kit. And this focuses on disaster relief. Now, the amazing thing about this product is this is a product that doTERRA sells. And then when you purchase it, it is immediately donated to the Healing Hands Foundation, where they are able to distribute it around the world. So the wonderful part about this for you as a donor is that you are able to contribute in a way, in a really meaningful way, to be able to get those kits into the hands of people who need it. But you don't have to do any of the stuff if you are a US citizen. Now, if you're in Canada, and Katie, I'm hoping that maybe you will give us a little update on what's happening in just a second. So I'm giving you just that tiny heads up. But if you're absolutely not wanting to do that, because I don't really like putting people on the spot, I do have a slide about it. It's a little bit different in Canada, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But look at these little hygiene kits. They've got some shampoo, conditioner, some hand sanitizing wipes, some toothpaste. The Deep Blue Rub is like a muscle cream. So like when you're in a disaster situation, like your muscles hurt, you're doing stuff that you don't normally have to do. Maybe you're walking a lot more, or having to lift things or different things like that. And so that's a really nice one. There's some bandages also. And then there's that little bottle of oil that is tea tree. And tea tree is good for helping with fungus. It helps with earaches. It can help with, just all kinds of like small cuts and abrasions and that kind of thing. And it just helps keep you a little bit cleaner because of the properties of that. Then there's also a toothbrush and a little towel with that. And so this is what you're purchasing when you buy that Healing Hands or that 72-hour hygiene kit, and then it gets delivered. Now, doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation has actually donated kits to be distributed in Canada this month. And Katie Beezer, who's with us, has been really instrumental in helping to get that set up. And Katie, do you mind just taking a second and telling us kind of what is happening? I'm just so excited about what you guys are doing. Do you know how to unmute? And if that doesn't work, then I will just kind of tell based on what you guys have been telling me what's been happening, which has just been so 25 kits, as I mentioned, have been donated to be distributed in Canada, and the local donations of the local people and on our team there in Canada are going to make another 11 kits so far. So we're really excited about that. Like I said, in Canada, it's a little bit different than in the United States. You cannot purchase the hygiene kits already done as a donation. There's just some kind of legal pieces to that as far as the countries and international, whatever they have rules. But the Canadians would not hear of being disconnected from this opportunity. They really wanted to be a part of this. And so what they've done is actually create a different type of kit. It's still a hygiene kit. It still has the tea tree, but it also has a hand sanitizing mist. So they get a whole bottle of it instead of just a few packs, and a deodorant, full-size deodorant. It still is going to have toothpaste, bandages, and washcloths that are being locally donated by others in the area. And then they're going to be they're putting up, they've already ordered and have put up stockings at a local soup kitchen. And they're going to go in on Christmas Day and work with the staff there to fill them up with these hygiene kits to support those that come on Christmas Day. So it's really a great opportunity for them, and it's also so exciting what it is that they're offering there and the work that they're doing, and we're just so excited to be a part of it. And Katie, I'm sorry I put you on the spot. It seems like you're not able to talk, and that's okay. But thank you for being here to hear about it, and thanks for everything that all of you have done in Canada to be able to make this a reality. And we're really excited to hear more about it as the month goes on with what is happening there. All right, next up on our impact, we have entering families. So we have Becky with us again today, and it's so fun to have her in country because we do get a little bit more of her time. She's very busy with all the things that are going on. They have a celebration coming up in just a couple of weeks that actually is going to be hosted at doTERRA's auditorium. And so that's going to be really awesome. But Becky, you have a new project that's going on. And so do you want to unmute and talk to us a little bit about what is happening Healing Hand or with the Families Mentoring Families Foundation?
Yes, we always have new projects. It's one of the things that Families Mentoring Families, we have a hard time keeping things updated because things shift so quickly and we get so many things done. So yes, but yeah, we have submitted a proposal to doTERRA Healing Hands for a training center.
Oh, we are
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
losing you. Yeah, we're just losing a little bit of your sound. If you can just make sure that you're really close to your mic.
Okay, can you hear? Is that better?
That's better. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So it's something that's been in the process. We have plans drawn up for the construction of it. We've actually already dug the foundation hole for it. But as we are looking forward to 2024, we're very excited because this is going to be a year for a lot of things. And one of those projects is the vocational training center at our restoration center, which is our aftercare facility for survivors of trafficking in Ghana. So yeah, so this is a place where we can expand our vocational skills training. Right now, when we have survivors that come to us, we've been running 2 sewing classes and a catering school and a hairdressing class. And we've just been doing that in some smaller bedroom type rooms because that's what we have available. But we also, because we're into anti-trafficking and giving back to our community, one of the best ways to do that is to give these skills to members of the community. So not only are we training currently the girls, the women who are survivors, but we are also training a lot of the women in the community because that way they won't feel like they need to go look somewhere outside of their community for the answer, which is the way that they get trafficked. That's the way they get caught. They get thinking that their opportunities will be better if they leave their home country and they go abroad. So they will get trafficked by agents who have promised them work or promised them, greener pastures in other countries. So, but if we can give them those skills where they are in their own country, then they won't feel like they need to leave home, and they'll be safe. They'll be safe because it's interesting to feel that whole operation of trafficking just ramping up and watching them send over more and more and more women and guys too. Guys fall prey to it as well because they also are looking for work. So anyway, so this training center that we are building is going to expand that program because we will actually have 2 very good sized classrooms that we can use to teach those. We'll have a commercial kitchen for the catering class that will also serve to like as the food preparation and also like the cafeteria, which will allow us to accommodate more survivors who actually live at our facility as well. So this is something that's been kind of a long time in coming. But we have just submitted our proposal to doTERRA for them to match our funds on it. And they have supported, Healing Hands has supported us 2 times before on our facility projects. And partly, well, they made a big impact in us being able to acquire that facility in the first place. And so it's just fun to see it develop and continue to grow. This is a prototype of an after facility and program that we are also beginning to duplicate in 2 other places around the world currently. So for that, you are going to want to listen and pay attention to what Families Mentoring Families has coming in the next few, I would even say just in the next few weeks. We have some very exciting projects that are coming to fruition thanks to some very generous donors. And we're just so grateful. We're grateful for your desire to be involved and your willingness to serve and your hearts that see things beyond yourselves and see the needs of others. Yeah, and just your willingness to serve is just so touching and yeah, it just does my heart good to see. It helps us feel like we're not in it by ourselves, I guess.
Right, right. I love that. Well, thank you so much. It's very exciting. I know every week there's like a new story and more stuff is happening, and the old stuff is still happening. We're still moving girls over from Jordan. We're still
Yep.
collecting, the pieces, and there's just so much good that's happening. The literacy centers are still running. And what I love about what you've done, Becky, with Families Mentoring Families is how much you've empowered the locals. Because it's not just us going in and setting everything up and then having to recruit a whole lot of volunteers of people from other countries, but it's the same thing as you're doing with the anti-trafficking is you're creating opportunities and vision for those locals to be able to see that they can have prosperity and really a lot of goodness right there in their own communities, in their own homes. So I love that.
And
Now
that
coming
is a
up,
that's a great point.
mhm, yeah, now coming up for you is the 2023 celebration. If you are local and you would like to come in person, this is going to be at the doTERRA campus in the doTERRA auditorium. You can scan or take a screenshot of this and get your tickets. I think they're $15. If you have any questions, you can call the number there. But this is going to be live performances. There's going to be presentations, and they're actually going to be doing a film highlighting the impact of Families Mentoring Families and the good things that they have been doing. So we're really excited about that, and we'd love to have you come. And if you can't come because you're too far away, but you know people in the Salt Lake area, please invite them to come. This is going to be really powerful. We also will be talking about the Giving Tree at that event, and we're really, really excited about it. So it doesn't look like we have Brian today. He is traveling again, and so we won't be getting an update on Doctor's Choice. But for those of you who are new and don't know what Doctor's Choice does, Doctor's Choice has the food. It's a very highly nutritious, high calorie dense food that actually saves children, chronically malnourished children. It brings them back from the brink of death. And this has been a really wonderful product that has become available, and they're able to do so much good with this. So remember, when you donate directly to Families Mentoring Families, if you choose Giving Tree, half of your donation will go toward Family Mentoring Families, the Literacy Center, and the other projects that are going on there. And the other half will go to Doctor's Choice, because we partnered with them in this way with the Giving Tree to make that so that more food is available. And it really does, even a little bit, even a couple of dollars makes a really big difference on that. And so just letting you know about that again. All right, the the next piece of impact that I want to talk about is co-impact sourcing. So again, with doTERRA, one of the things that was so important to them as they started putting together their network of resources around the world of the people who would be the farmers and different things, they wanted to make sure that they were not only getting the very purest and best essential oil, but that they were also doing it in a really pure and ethical way where they were really helping, sourcing the best and helping the most. So this is a little 2-minute video to teach you just a little bit more about co-impact sourcing and why that matters. Oops.
Essential oils are everywhere.
Hang on.
You see them for sale online, in social media, on Amazon, even the grocery store shelf. But
I don't know why that didn't work, because it worked so perfectly last time. Let me see. Okay, let me try again. Nope, it is playing over here.
Essential oils are everywhere.
Let me see. I don't know why that's
Essential
not working.
oils are
Okay, hang
everywhere.
on just 1
You
second.
see
I'm
them
gonna,
for sale
I'm gonna
online,
share
in
this
social
differently.
media,
So we'll
on
stop the
Amazon,
share.
even the grocery store shelf. But
Okay. Okay, here we go.
essential oils are everywhere. You see them for sale online, in social media, on Amazon, even the grocery store shelf. But you have to ask yourself, was it ethically and sustainably sourced, and are they pure and free of adulterations? With the increased popularity of essential oils, too many companies, big and small, are in the dark as to where their oils are coming from. Some even intentionally take advantage of farmers and distillers while cutting corners and padding profits. They advertise their products as 100% pure when they truly have no visibility into who is producing the oils or how it's being done. They did, however, wrap it in a pretty label and bought some Google ad space. It's easy for a consumer to get lost in this growing marketplace. Since 2008, doTERRA has sold more than 187 million bottles of essential oils to nearly 9.8 million customers worldwide. They trust doTERRA because we only source the very best essential oils in the world. Since many plants grown for essential oils thrive in developing countries, doTERRA is committed to making sure the lives of each farmer, harvester, and distiller are better because of our partnership. We call this co-impact sourcing. Positive impact for everyone along the entire supply chain, and the purest essential oils for you. Our co-impact sourcing commitment is to 1, be directly involved at the source. Through this, we know the people and processes involved. 2, ensuring positive social impact, including job creation, fair labor conditions, and even community development projects. And 3, environmental stewardship and sustainability. You get the highest quality and most effective essential oils, along with the knowledge that your purchase protects growers and distillers from being cheated by middlemen and large corporations. When you purchase a doTERRA essential oil, you can be a conscious consumer and know you are getting oils that are not only traceable, but are proven and tested to work for you and those you care about. To learn more about co-impact sourcing and our sourcing guiding principles, and to hear the stories from farmers and distillers across the globe, visit source2u.com. doTERRA, pursue what's pure.
So I hope that gives you a really good view of what it is and more of the heart of doTERRA. I think you're starting to really understand doTERRA is all about, and where they're coming from, and the difference that they're seeking to make in the world, and that they are making in the world in such a powerful way. So I'm going to hop back on, and we're going to talk a little bit about one of the oils that has really been making an impact every year for the past, like, a lot of years since they had frankincense become available. They have made it available for free in the month of December. When you run your order, whether you're new or whether you're doing a loyalty order, if you do 200, you will get a free bottle of frankincense in addition to your thank you gift if you run it before the 15th. So there's a few ways that you can use it. And Mont is going to share with us a little bit about the history and the impact of what it's doing. But I actually mixed up these two slides, so I'll come back to this one, because if you want to know more about the product, then you can go to our wellness workshop. But I want to start with what Mont is going to share with us about the impact. Go ahead, Mont.
Thanks. I'm just on the Source 2 website here, and that's exactly what you see, what she shared on the screen. Number one, of course, is directly impacting people through providing jobs through sourcing, and that's the farmers and the growers and distillers in those countries that it comes from.
Can you talk just a little bit louder? We're super soft.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep, just make sure your mouth stays really close to your microphone.
In my headphone, so.
Okay.
But we've got those jobs that are, impacting those people in Ethiopia and Oman and Somaliland, and supporting those lives. Now, the frankincense oil that we have comes from actually a blend of several different species of trees, and they thrive in different soil types and different environments, which is why we have those three, that region of the world with those countries. But for centuries, frankincense has been one of those very highly valued oils, and it's worth its weight in gold to many ancient cultures in Egypt, Syria, and is part of just the oldest global supply chain, and a very, very big symbol of wealth. And in the story of the Christmas story, the Christ child is given frankincense from those wise men as one of those just very honoring gifts of saying, welcome to the world, Savior, right? So I think that's really quite beautiful. But more than that, what doTERRA has done through their partnership is, I think initially they didn't know where the oil was originally coming from, and they were working with some middlemen, but they eventually were able to find the source. It changed the way that they were sourcing it because it was unsafe for the growers at the time, and now there's a huge effort to even plant some more. I think in 2020 they planted 20,000 the
Wow.
Boswellia trees. So that was really cool to learn about. And then beyond that, I know we talked about the Sanag Specialty Hospital a little bit, but in Somaliland, the region of Sanag that they were in, there's not anything out there. It's all villages and small things, and so they don't have access to any medical care. And so many people, if you have a medical emergency and it's a 12-hour bus ride, like most emergencies do not last 12 hours long. They last 1 or 2 hours long, 6 hours maybe. But just the impact, there was the story of one woman in particular who was on the bus with her child who needed some medical care, and the child did not make the bus ride to the hospital. So the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation actually built a specialty hospital there that has incubators for premature babies and nursery, and just access to pharmaceuticals and these modern medicines that are very good in a emergency, and we need something to change right away, this kind of impact. So really, really quite amazing. And just the impact of look at that last number there, lives impacted through social projects, 606,000 people. So it's not, it's kind of cool. Every oil counts and impacts a grower or a worker or someone in that region in some way. But frankincense, I think, is the highest of the numbers that I've seen so far. So
That is awesome. And I love that. And I'm glad that you brought up the Sanag Specialty Hospital, because it has made such a huge difference for the infant mortality rate in helping those little ones to live, and also the mother mortality rate giving birth. That has also been significantly impacted by having that medical care available. So I'll slip back to this other slide. These are a few of the things that you can do. Frankincense is a wonderful oil for meditation. It's a really, really good one to just like have, just put it, you can just put it on yourself. You can put it on directly, or you can put it on like with a lotion or anything like that and use it that way. And you can also use it. It's really great for your skin. It's also really good that you can take it internally. And if you want to know more about our products, because I know we don't focus on that a lot during the Giving Tree, but you can actually attend our wellness workshop on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and the QR code to join that class at 6:00 p.m. is right there. So go ahead and grab a screenshot of that so that you can do that if that is an interest that you have, or if you have people who you would like to share the information about the products with. So that is everything that we have for you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and for being here, and for all the giving that you're doing. We are just so thankful for you, and for the goodness that's in your hearts. And we will talk to you again soon.